Hello and welcome back to another video. For decades, nearly every major football fixture, concert and national ceremony has been funneled through the same capital city and the same aging venues. That's now about to change, with Ghana's National Development Planning Commission, known as NDPC, having confirmed that it has begun the formal process of constructing a brand new multi-purpose sports and events complex called the Black Star Stadium. And this time, it is being constructed in the western region of Ghana, not in the capital city of Accra, as many were expecting. So let's get into the details of this brand new grand stadium being constructed. Before we get into the details, however, kindly hit the like button as it helps spread the word and informs Ghanaians on this construction. Let's get straight into it. The Black Star Stadium is not a sudden idea. It has existed on paper and even in animated concept form for years as part of one of the most ambitious documents in Ghana's modern history, the NDPC's 40-year National Development Plan. That long-term vision is now finally moving towards reality. This is not a typical stadium project. Most people have seen pictures of a football pitch surrounded by the seating, but NDPC has designed something far broader. The plans call for conference facilities capable of hosting major gatherings, dedicated office spaces, restaurants, retail outlets, a sports museum celebrating Ghana's sporting heritage, and a dedicated sports medical facility for athlete care. This is being built as an entire ecosystem, combining sports, business, tourism, culture, and health services in a single complex. Back in 2017, the NDPC, which is Ghana's National Development Planning Commission, released the animated concept video showing the Black Star Stadium, shaped after Ghana's own national symbol, with a roof of solar panels and a sliding canopy. Each of the star's arms was imagined as a home to a different function: a hotel, a conference center, offices, leisure facilities, with thousands of underground parking spaces underneath the structure itself. The ambition was even for this stadium to become a national landmark, something spoken of in the same breath as the Statue of Liberty in America or the Eiffel Tower in France, and that is not a stretch. Years later, that earlier concept is finally being pushed towards the ground, with an actual site, an actual region, and an actual government minister now sitting across the table from the commission. This is now moving from a long-term plan into action. It started with a direct meeting last Thursday. NDPC's officials sat down with the Western Regional Minister, Joseph Nelson, to discuss the project's prospects. The delegation was led personally by NDPC's chairman, Dr. Nimoy Thompson, underlining how serious the commission is about treating this initiative. Dr. Thompson reportedly told the minister that a visual concept of the stadium has been publicly available online for several years and encouraged him to use it during the future stakeholder consultations. That details matters. This isn't a project invented under pressure, but a long-standing part of Ghana's development architecture now being activated at a regional level. By the end of the meeting, both sides agreed that they would establish a technical committee to engage regional authorities and other stakeholders in the next steps, a clear shift from discussions whether to build to planning how. This is the most important question in the story, and Dr. Thompson addressed it directly, and on why the Western region was chosen outside the capital city of Accra. This was the most important question in the story, and Dr. Thompson addressed it directly. For generations, Accra has hosted everything of national significance: conferences, sporting fixtures, concerts, and diplomatic events. But he explained plainly that the capital has become overcrowded, with many existing facilities either deteriorating or failing to expand to match demand. In his words, it matters that when people say we visited Ghana, they experience more of the country than just the capital city of Accra. He expressed hope that the Black Star Stadium could mark the beginning of a broader decentralization nationwide. This theme runs through the entire project. Like many nations with a dominant capital, Ghana has long concentrated major infrastructure, including hospitals, universities, corporate headquarters, and event venues around its capital Accra, leaving other regions underdeveloped despite their potential. Placing a flagship facility in the Western region instead signals that regional development is becoming a deliberate national strategy, not an afterthought. Dr. Thompson also raised the practical economic point. Ghana's limited stock of world-class sports and conference infrastructure has made it difficult to attract major international conferences and regional headquarters of global organizations. In today's competitive global economy, countries constantly compete for such events, which brings investment, tourism, and visibility. Without modern facilities meeting global standards, Ghana has been missing these opportunities, and the Black Star Stadium is meant to close that gap. A project of this scale raises an obvious question: how does it stay financially viable long term after construction ends? This is where the multi-purpose design becomes essential. Dr. Thompson explained that the commercial facilities, which includes the conference spaces, offices, restaurants, and retail outlets, aren't just add-ons. They are central to the entire financial model. Revenue generated from these spaces is intended to directly fund the maintenance and long-term sustainability of the complex. In practice, the stadium won't depend solely on ticket sales from occasional matches or concerts. Instead, it is being designed around a diversified year-round income stream. Businesses renting office spaces, organizations booking conferences, tourists visiting the stadium, and everyday customers using restaurants and shops. Dr. Thompson stressed that this revenue would keep the stadium operational and ready to host sporting events, concerts, and major activities at all times, rather than just sitting idle between big events. And that is a very brilliant plan, a feat that has befallen ambitious stadiums elsewhere on the continent, whilst the international spotlights have all moved on and maintenance budgets quietly dried up. This kind of self-funding model matters enormously in a country where public infrastructure has at times struggled to secure consistent upkeep once the initial excitement of an opening ceremony fades. By treating the stadium less like a single-purpose venue and more like a commercial district that happens to include a stadium at its center, the NDPC appears to be designing for decades of use rather than just a handful of headline events. The Director General of NDPC, Dr. Audrey Smoke-Amwa, also weighed in, describing the engagement with the Western Regional Minister as timely, noting that it aligns with ongoing national conversations about decentralizing key infrastructure and easing pressure on the capital. The word timely matters. Ghana, like many growing economies, is grappling with how to balance rapid growth in Accra with meaningful developments elsewhere. Traffic congestion, housing pressure, and sustained public services in the capital have become recurring public concerns. A flagship national project located outside Accra offers a tangible example of what decentralization could look like in practice. The 40-year National Development Plan is not tied to a single election cycle. It is a long-range strategic document meant to guide Ghana's growth across generations, and the Black Star Stadium has featured in that vision for years, with earlier framing even tying it to Ghana's long-term ambition around hosting major global sporting events. The direction is clear. Through concrete action, rather than just planning documents, the NDPC is signaling the commencement of the Black Star Stadium, blending sporting, commercial, cultural, and medical facilities in an attempt to build something genuinely self-sustaining, a landmark generating its own revenue while extending world-class infrastructure into a region long overshadowed by the capital. The exact selection hasn't been made known, but what we know is that the commencement is starting in the western region. Whether this becomes the start of a broader wave of decentralization across Ghana, as Dr. Thompson hopes, remains to be seen. But for now, the message from the NDPC is unmistakable. Ghana's developmental story is no longer being written in Accra alone, and the Black Star Stadium, rising in the western region, may become one of its most important early chapters. If you found this update valuable, be sure to hit the like button to help spread the word. Subscribe to this channel for coverages on Ghana's biggest development stories, and be sure to stick with me as I bring you further updates as it unfolds from NDPC's camp. But do you think decentralizing the major infrastructure away from Accra is the right move? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you, and on to the next video. Be sure to check this next video out.